Peppa Pig, Rebecca Rabbit. This is Peppa's friend, Rebecca Rabbit. Rebecca is very good at swimming.
Wow.
Paddle your arms, says Rebecca.
And kick your legs, says Peppa. Rebecca's house is called a burrow. It is underground.
Where are your stairs?
asked Peppa.
We don't have stairs,
says Rebecca.
We have tunnels instead.
Wow.
Rebecca has a big family. There's her mummy, her daddy, and her little brother Richard.
And here are the baby twins,
says Rebecca. Peppa nods.
Hello, Robbie and Rosie.
Rebecca and Peppa go to the petting farm together. They like to stroke the tiny animals.
Look at their cute little faces,
cries Rebecca.
And their fluffy little bodies,
says Peppa. Peppa has lots of fun with her friend Rebecca. Sometimes she pretends to be a rabbit too. All she has to do is twitch her nose and squeak. Peppa loves Rebecca Rabbit. Everyone loves Rebecca Rabbit. The end. Peppa Pig, Emily Elephant. This is Peppa's friend Emily Elephant.
Hooray!
Emily is very talented.
Wow.
Emily knows how to play the recorder.
You can play,
says Peppa,
and I can dance.
Emily has a long trunk. She uses it to reach up high.
I can catch the basketball,
shouts Emily.
Hooray!
I like having you on my team,
says Peppa. When Emily wants to see Peppa, all she has to do is give her a call.
Wow,
cries Peppa.
That was loud.
Sometimes Peppa goes out with Emily and her little brother Edmund.
We're going walking today,
says Emily.
It's called hiking,
says Edmund. Edmund is a bit of a clever clogs. Peppa has lots of fun with her friend Emily. When they first met, Emily was a little shy. But she is definitely not shy anymore.
Hooray!
Peppa loves Emily Elephant. Everyone loves Emily Elephant. The end. Peppa Pig, Freddy Fox. This is Peppa's friend, Freddy Fox. Freddy likes playing pretend.
Wow.
I'm a policeman,
says Freddy.
and you're under arrest.
Snorts Peppa.
What a funny game.
Freddy is very musical. He can play the triangle.
I can play the guitar,
says Peppa. Let's play together, says Madame Gazelle. Freddy is very good at smelling. He has a super nose.
What do I smell of, Freddy?
Freddy sniffs.
Flowers and muddy puddles.
Peppa and Freddy like going to new places. They even have fun at the supermarket.
It's a fruit day,
says Miss Rabbit.
Who would like a smoothie? Me, please,
shouts Freddy.
And Peppa.
Peppa has lots of fun with her friend Freddy. Inside Mr. Fox's van, there is a treat for Freddy. And one for his good friend Peppa.
Hooray!
Peppa loves Freddy Fox. Everyone loves Freddy Fox. The end. Peppa Pig, Candy Cat. This is Peppa's friend, Candy Cat.
Meow.
Candy is good at skipping.
Wow.
Watch, Peppa,
Meow.
Says Candy.
can you count with me?
Okay, Peppa nods.
1, 2, 3.
Candy's mummy works with Daddy Pig.
Mummy's job is all about drawing shapes on a computer,
Meow.
Says Candy.
What a nice job.
Says Peppa. Peppa and Candy have lots of fun together at playgroup.
Today we are doing ballet.
Meow.
Says Candy.
Let's dance,
Says Peppa.
follow me.
Sometimes Peppa and Candy go to the petting farm.
Wow.
It is full of tiny little animals.
I love the chicks.
Meow.
Says Candy.
I love the guinea pigs.
Says Peppa. Peppa has lots of fun with her friend Candy, even when they both want to dress up as witches. And they still have a magical time. Peppa loves Candy Cat. Everyone loves Candy Cat. The end. Peppa Pig, Pedro Pony. This is Peppa's friend, Pedro Pony. Pedro likes skateboarding.
Come on, Peppa,
Shouts Pedro.
let's have a race.
Peppa gets on her bicycle.
Ready, steady, go.
She says. Sometimes Pedro is a little bit shy. Sometimes Pedro is not shy at all. Peppa and Pedro are both in the school play.
Wow.
You are very good.
Peppa tells Pedro.
Almost as good as me.
Pedro has a pet stick insect called Stephen.
Hello, Stephen.
Giggles Peppa. A stick insect is an insect that looks like a stick. Pedro likes playing pirates.
Arr!
Calls Pirate Pedro.
Who wants to help me guard some pirate treasure? We do!
Shout Peppa and her friends. Peppa has lots of fun with her friend Pedro.
Hooray!
When he grows up, Pedro would like to be a superhero. But Peppa thinks Pedro is super already. Peppa loves Pedro Pony. Everyone loves Pedro Pony.
Hooray!
The end. Peppa Pig, Delphine Donkey. This is Peppa's friend, Delphine Donkey.
Hooray!
Delphine lives in France.
Wow.
Peppa speaks English. Delphine speaks French.
Hello.
Says Peppa.
Bonjour.
Says Delphine. Delphine lives in a city called Paris. Peppa and her family like to go and visit.
Sometimes we travel on a train,
Says Peppa.
and sometimes we travel on a boat.
Peppa and Delphine love exploring Paris together. They go to parks, jump in puddles and visit cafes.
Wow.
Would you like a croissant?
Asked Delphine. says Peppa.
Yes, please.
In the holidays, Delphine comes to stay at Peppa's house. They sleep at each end of Peppa's bunk bed.
I like sharing with you,
says Delphine. Peppa has lots of fun with her friend Delphine. They don't see each other very often. But that makes it extra special when they do.
Hooray!
Peppa loves Delphine Donkey. Everyone loves Delphine Donkey. The end. Peppa Pig, Susie Sheep. This is Peppa's friend, Susie Sheep. Susie is Peppa's best friend.
Hooray!
This photo was taken when we were babies,
says Susie. Peppa gasped.
We've been friends since the olden days.
Susie likes playing doctors and nurses.
Who will be our patient?
Wonders Susie.
I know, says Peppa. We can ask my daddy.
Sometimes Peppa and Susie go camping together.
Wow!
I like sharing a tent with you,
says Peppa.
I like sharing a tent with you,
says Susie. Peppa and Susie are both in a secret club.
Can we join too?
Asked Rebecca Rabbit.
Yes,
Whispered Susie.
just say the secret words. Flubble double.
Peppa has lots of fun with her friend Susie. When Susie goes away, Peppa feels a bit sad. But when Susie comes back, everything is twice as nice. Peppa loves Susie Sheep. Everyone loves Susie Sheep. The end. Peppa Pig, Zoe Zebra. This is Peppa's friend, Zoe Zebra. Zoe's daddy is the postman.
Wow!
Hello, Peppa,
Says Zoe.
this letter is for you.
Hooray!
Thank you, Zoe.
Says Peppa. Zoe has twin baby sisters called Zaza and Zuzu.
Zaza and Zuzu want to join in with the big girls' sleepover.
Says Zoe.
Ah,
Says Peppa.
they are so sweet and little.
Zoe has a lovely princess outfit. She puts it on when Peppa comes to play.
I'm Princess Zoe.
Says Zoe. Peppa snorts.
And I am Princess Peppa.
Zoe's mummy does pottery. Sometimes she lets Zoe and Peppa do pottery too.
Hooray!
Let's make teacups.
Says Peppa.
Good idea.
Agrees Zoe. Peppa has lots of fun with her friend Zoe. Zoe's favourite thing is cuddling her toy monkey. And having tea parties with Peppa.
Wow! Hooray!
Peppa loves Zoe Zebra. Everyone loves Zoe Zebra. The end. Peppa and the Great Vacation. Peppa Pig and George are packing to go on vacation. You can't bring everything, says Daddy Pig.
But we need all our toys,
Says Peppa. Just your favourites, says Daddy Pig. Peppa brings Teddy. George brings his dinosaur.
Dinosaur! Arr!
Says George.
Can Goldie come too?
Asked Peppa. Sorry, Peppa. Goldie can't join us, but Granny Pig and Grandpa Pig will look after her. The car is packed and the family is on the road.
When will we get there?
Calls Peppa from the back seat. Daddy Pig tells Peppa that they have a long drive.
I miss Goldie,
Says Peppa.
Do you think she's all right?
I think so, says Mummy Pig. Peppa calls Grandpa Pig just to make sure. At the vacation house, Mummy Pig unpacks her suitcase. She brought a lot of things.
Daddy, you found the pool,
Calls Peppa. Yes, says Daddy Pig. I did. Mummy Pig goes shopping in town. Peppa and George want to have pizza for lunch. Mummy Pig has found some presents for Granny Pig and Grandpa Pig. That won't all fit in your suitcase, says Daddy Pig.
I want to get something too,
Says Peppa. I hope it's small, says Daddy Pig.
It is,
Says Peppa.
It's a postcard and it doesn't have to go in a suitcase. It will go in the mail.
The next day, Peppa and her family go on a nature walk. Daddy Pig has packed a big picnic lunch.
There's nothing but trees,
Says Peppa. Look around, Peppa, says Mummy Pig. There is lots to see here. Peppa looks around.
Tracks,
She says,
I see tracks. Dinosaur?
asks George.
No, George, not dinosaur tracks.
Says Peppa. The tracks come to an end. Peppa gets Daddy Pig's binoculars and looks up.
I see birds, a mother and babies in a nest.
Peppa likes looking through the binoculars. Next she looks down.
I see ants.
She says,
They're carrying leaves for lunch and salad. Yuck,
says George. Peppa is hungry. So are Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig and George. Time for a nice picnic lunch. Peppa can't wait to tell Granny Pig and Grandpa Pig what a nice day they had on the nature walk. That evening, Peppa calls Grandpa Pig. He promises to tell Goldie that Peppa misses her and that she will soon be home.
we're taking good care of her,
He says. The next day, Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig take Peppa and George to the beach. It's a sandy beach with lots of rocks. Peppa finds a shell. George finds a fossil. Daddy Pig finds a crab,
there's a tide pool.
says Peppa. Peppa and George look into the tiny pool. There are small plants,
There's a gold coin.
says Peppa.
Ew.
Says George. Something is making bubbles. What could it be?
A fish.
Says Peppa.
Hello, fish. You would love my fish, Goldie.
Vacation is nearly over. Time to pack the suitcases and get back in the car. It's a long drive home, but Peppa has Teddy to keep her company in the backseat. She has George too. It has been a great vacation, but she can't wait to see Goldie. Mummy Pig gives Granny Pig her present. Peppa runs to see Goldie.
Oh, you've grown.
She says,
A lot.
"She seemed hungry," says Grandpa Pig. Mr. Zebra arrives. "I have a postcard all the way from the beach," he says.
Look, Goldie. says Peppa. You've got mail, something from our great vacation. The end.
Peppa Pig, the fire engine. Mummy Pig is going to the mummy's fire engine practice. It's just a good excuse for a cup of tea and a chat, says Daddy Pig. I'm meeting with the daddy's football team and having a barbecue. That's just a lot of grown-up boys kicking a football around, says Mummy Pig.
Mummy, can we see the fire engine?
asked Peppa.
Fire and done,
says George. Yes, Peppa, I'll take you and George, says Mummy Pig.
Hooray!
Mummy Pig drives Peppa and George to Miss Rabbit's fire station. Hello, Peppa and George, says Miss Rabbit. Come and see the fire engine. There's a ladder for climbing, says Miss Rabbit, a hose for squirting water, and a big bell to ring. Miss Rabbit takes them into the control room to look for fires.
Wow!
Peppa spots a red phone and picks it up. Peppa, that's the fire phone, says Miss Rabbit. It's only to be used when there's a fire. Peppa puts the phone down. Suddenly the red phone rings. Miss Rabbit panics. Fire station, where's the fire? Says Miss Rabbit. Can I talk to Mummy Pig, please? Asked Daddy Pig. It's an emergency. I can't find the tomato ketchup anywhere. Miss Rabbit puts the phone down. How many fires have you actually put out, Miss Rabbit? Asked Mummy Pig. None, replies Miss Rabbit. Not one fire, but you've got to be ready. The red phone rings again. Hello, Daddy Pig, says Miss Rabbit. This phone is only to be used when there's a... Fire! Shouts Daddy Pig. Oh no! Oh dear, Daddy Pig's barbecue is on fire. Mummy's to the rescue, says Miss Rabbit. Miss Rabbit slides down the pole to the fire engine. All the mummies slide down the pole. Peppa and George hold tight and slide down the pole too. They all get into the fire engine. Miss Rabbit puts on the siren and drives them to Peppa's house. The fire engine arrives at Peppa's house. Stand back, daddies, shouts Miss Rabbit. Mummy Pig and Mummy Sheep hose down the barbecue. The fire is out.
Hooray!
Thank you for saving us, Miss Rabbit, says Daddy Pig. No problem, it's all part of the service, says Miss Rabbit. The Mummy's fire engine service, says Mummy Pig. And now that Miss Rabbit has kindly flooded our garden, says Daddy Pig, we can all jump up and down in muddy puddles. I love fire engines, says Peppa, especially when they make muddy puddles. The end. Peppa Pig, the time capsule. Peppa and her friends are at playgroup. They are making a time capsule to show people in the future how they live. We'll put special things in this box and bury it, says Madame Gazelle. Will it grow? asks Susie Sheep. No, Susie, it will remain in the ground for many years, says Madame Gazelle. Now, children, what things should we put inside? asks Madame Gazelle. A comic, says Peppa. Music, says Susie. A toy, says Danny Dog.
A carrot,
says Rebecca Rabbit. What do you think the future will be like? asked Madame Gazelle.
I think the future I will live on the moon,
says Peppa.
and all my friends will come to visit. I will fly a space rocket,
adds Danny. The parents come to pick the children up. Daddy Pig, you're just in time to help us dig a hole, says Madame Gazelle.
Hooray!
Everyone goes outside to bury the time capsule. Daddy Pig buries the time capsule.
When can we dig it up?
asked Peppa. It will remain in the ground for many years, says Madame Gazelle.
I can't wait that long,
says Peppa impatiently. Madame Gazelle laughs. You're just like your daddy when he was little. Your parents made a time capsule when they were little too, says Madame Gazelle. We buried it over here. I thought it was a much smaller tree, says Daddy Pig. The tree has grown since then, replies Madame Gazelle. Daddy Pig digs up the old time capsule. When they get back inside, it's time to open the old time capsule.
Hooray!
Stand back, children, says Madame Gazelle.
Yes, Madame Gazelle,
everyone replies. What do we have here? says Madame Gazelle. An old comic, a tin toy, music, and a very old carrot.
Wow!
That's mine,
says Mummy Rabbit.
What a good choice, Mummy,
says Rebecca. And a videotape of your parents when they were little, says Madame Gazelle.
Who's the little piggy in the glasses?
asks Peppa. That's Daddy Pig, replies Mummy Pig. Oh, and that's me.
Hello, Shooter,
says little Daddy Pig.
What a squeaky little voice you have,
says Peppa laughing.
You're probably living on the moon now,
says little Daddy Pig.
Silly little
Daddy Pig, says Peppa. Making time capsules is lots of fun, but finding them is even better. The end. Peppa loves reading. Peppa and George are in the living room, looking at their books while Mummy and Daddy Pig read. Peppa notices something strange.
Mummy,
she says,
why are you and Daddy reading the same book?
It's our book club book, replies Mummy Pig.
What's a book club?
asks Peppa. A book club is where we read the same book as our friends so we can talk all about the story together. We're meeting tonight, says Mummy Pig.
Wow!
Uh-oh, gasps Peppa, looking over at Daddy Pig.
Daddy needs to hurry up,
says Peppa, giggling.
He still has lots of pages left to read before tonight.
Oh, really? says Daddy Pig. I thought I was doing quite well. But then he sees that Mummy Pig has nearly finished her book, and he quickly gets back to reading.
George and I love reading, says Peppa. Please can we have a book club with our friends today too?
What a wonderful idea, Peppa, says Mummy Pig. Mummy Pig makes a few calls and invites some of Peppa and George's friends over to talk about The Red Monkey.
Wow.
Daddy Pig sits down to read with Peppa and George. Peppa begins. The red monkey sounds out Daddy Pig.
Sat,
Says Peppa.
the red monkey sat on the mat. Ooh, ooh, ha, ha, ha,
Cries George. Wow, says Mummy Pig. What fantastic reading. When Peppa and George's friends arrive, they all talk about how much they enjoyed reading the book.
I liked it when the red monkey sat on the mat,
Says Susie Sheep.
Me too.
Says Peppa. Peppa and her friends help each other sound out the words.
Ooh, ooh, ha, ha.
Shout George and Richard Rabbit. Like little monkeys. Everyone has lots of fun reading together until the doorbell rings.
Who's at the door?
Asked Peppa. It's Mummy and Daddy Pig's friends. Oops, says Daddy Pig. I've been reading The Red Monkey and forgot to read my own book. Let's talk about that instead, says Mr. Bull. I love The Red Monkey. Yay! Cheer Peppa and her friends. Peppa and George love reading. Everyone loves reading. The end.
Hi kids, did you have fun watching this video? Then like and subscribe for more.